Maybe he's going to get up close. Maybe he's going to try and manhandle. Maybe he's going to try and use those natural attributes that he's got. I think that's where he needs to double down. But
whoever's in front of you, fight them, smash them, move on to the next. So for me, this Fabio Wardley fight is the most important, and he is my Usyk, because there's no point thinking about Usyk if I can't take care of business for Fabio Wardley.
3 mins ago, Joseph Parker runs up and brawled Fabio Wardley face to face, and here's where it all exploded. Fabio's foul mouth crossed the line, mocking Parker live. That disrespect triggered everything. Insiders say Parker warned him twice, but Wardley's arrogance wrote a check his chin might soon cash.
So what's this diss track you made?
bro, what the fuck? I've never been more confused in my life. If I did make it, I'd stand on it and go, yeah, I told you to get fucked in the track or whatever I said, but bro, don't come at me.
Frank Warren's reaction says it all. Calm on camera, but clearly aware of the storm brewing off it. He knows tempers didn't just flare out of nowhere. The tension had been building for days. Whispers of disrespect behind the scenes. Parker's patience finally ran out, and that's when things turned ugly.
Yeah, look, I have confidence in my power against Parker, against everyone in this division. I believe right opportunity, right moment, right occasion, I can knock anyone out. That is, for me, I think that's there, but there's a lot more that goes into it. Piecing it together properly and doing all that. But Parker has proven that he can go down and get back up and will himself through. So I'm going to have to be smart, strategic about how I go about trying to get the finish.
Fabio keeps talking about confidence, but there's a fine line between belief and desperation. He knows deep down Parker isn't someone you just walk through. The Kiwis taken bombs from Wilder and Zhang and still stood tall. Wardley's talking strategy now, but that's just a cover. He's realizing brute power won't save him this time.
You're twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next.
Adam Smith's right. Chaos sells. That slap wasn't just a moment of madness, it was a statement from Parker. The fans went wild, tickets are flying, and suddenly everyone's talking about this showdown. Wardley's arrogance lit the fire, but Parker's reaction gave this fight the raw edge it needed. This just became personal and dangerous.
He went off on one, didn't he? But like I say, you can put all that to one side because he's a celebrity. And celebrities say things all the time that they don't necessarily mean.
Duke McKenzie tries brushing it off, but it's clear Fabio's antics weren't just celebrity behavior. He tried playing the clown, mocking Parker publicly, but forgot who he was dealing with. A former world champion who's earned every scar in the ring. Parker doesn't play for clout, he fights for respect, and Fabio just disrespected the wrong man.
I'm not surprised.
Does that cross the lane, do you think?
Yeah, it does. Listen, the presser was good. It was a great presser, back and forth, poking each other, but not too far. But once you get physical and you touch a man's face.
Dave Coldwell sums it up perfectly. There's a line in boxing build-ups, and Fabio crossed it. You can talk trash all day, but the moment you invade another man's space, it's a declaration of war. Parker's slap wasn't reckless, it was instinct, the reaction of a fighter who's been pushed too far. Respect is earned, not demanded.
Right. But to slap in the face towards the eye,
in the ear as well.
People have to realise that I've
true.
got 2 scratched eyeballs, and the eyeball's the part of the body it never heals. So the best way to explain it is it would be like varnishing a door, and the varnish comes off, and then you've got to re-put the varnish back on. The liquid on the eye comes off in the cornea, it gets damaged.
Tony Bello brings in a serious point. Eye injuries are no joke. But let's be honest, Fabio brought this on himself. He stepped into Parker's space, got checked for it, and now wants sympathy. That's not how this game works. You can't provoke a lion and cry foul when it roars back. Parker made sure Wardley felt his warning up close.
Big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next.
Smith's tone says it all. This isn't ideal, but it's golden for the sport. Every headline, every replay, it's fueling hype like wildfire. Parker's slap has turned this from a contest into a rivalry that feels personal. Wardley wanted headlines, now he's got him, just not in the way he planned. The stage is set and the fire's already lit.
Gone the distance once, but I'm talking about with somebody who doesn't fiddle around, somebody who actually would like to get him in the latter rounds and is capable of knocking people over. You know, he's a puncher, you've seen him do it, and he's done it with world-class fighters.
Frank Warren's insight cuts straight to the truth. Parker is a dangerous man who thrives when others fade. He's proven himself against top-level opponents, carrying knockout power deep into fights where most lose their edge. Wardley's never faced someone this calculated, this composed. Frank's reminder isn't just praise, it's a warning. Parker's timing, precision, and late-round strength are what separate contenders from champions, and Wardley's about to learn that difference the hard way.
Never write Wardley out of anything, man. He'll fancy it.
I look at it, and you're right, the Justice Hooney fight for Fabio wasn't great. I mean, if Justice Hooney is a little bit more measured in his approach, he doesn't get knocked out. But this is a big step up for Fabio Wardley against Joseph Parker. And from that knockdown that Joseph Parker had with Joe Joyce, he's been unbelievable run, bar his last.
Jack Catterall's words hit on an often overlooked reality, the physical toll fighters take just to make weight. He's not naming names, but the tone says it all. Some are pushing their limits beyond reason. Whether he's subtly hinting at Wardley or not, the message is clear. Strength means nothing if your body's breaking down before fight night. In a war of power and pressure, balance becomes the real weapon, and Parker seems to have mastered that control.
Eubank this time.
Definitely capable of it.
Just one thing on that as well, obviously, as a fighter, you've cut weight before, you know what it's like to make weight. A lot of talk about Eubank and making weight and having the same rehydration clause as last time. Do you feel it's safe for him to go back down there? So we saw after the fight him being admitted into hospital for 2 days. Do you think it's safe?
Adam Smith's analysis feels like a chess breakdown, not just boxing talk. Parker, rejuvenated under Andy Lee, has rediscovered his rhythm sharper, smarter, more confident, yet the reminder of Joe Joyce's knockout lingers like a ghost. It's not about if Parker can handle power, it's about how he reacts to it this time. Wardley might come swinging with intent, but Parker's reinvention could make him untouchable. As Smith says, it's not just a fight, it's redemption for Parker's evolution.
But I think, like I say, I think he's actually, he relies on his power far too much. He hasn't brought enough to his game right now, and I thought he would have kicked on from that. If he's going to have any chance against Joseph Parker, then he can't just rely on that big right hand. Joseph Parker's a seasoned, well-schooled athlete.
Who hits hard.
Yeah, who hits hard. He's on a resurgence in terms of his confidence and where he is in boxing now, Parker. So it's a good fight.
Duke McKenzie nails the biggest truth in this build-up. Fabio Wardley's power might be his strength, but it's also his weakness. One-dimensional fighters don't survive long at the elite level. Against a technically polished opponent like Parker, relying on that right hand is a dangerous gamble. Parker's adaptability and renewed confidence under Andy Lee could dismantle that strategy piece by piece. Duke isn't just analyzing, he's foreshadowing, and if Wardley doesn't evolve mid-fight, Parker's discipline could end the night early.
I feel like Wardley wins this fight with a knockout. I don't know why I'm thinking of it, but it's just, you know, when you know, it's like that. It's like when you play the lottery and then you just get your numbers right. And I believe Fabio has got his numbers right now because after his last performance, he's got something to prove. I know Fabio for a while, you know, Fabio's a little beast. And Joseph is a beast as well, but I believe that Fabio Wardley wins this fight with a knockout, it will stop Joseph Parker.
When Derek Chisora speaks, fight fans listen. He's been in the trenches, felt the power, and lived the pain. His gut tells him Wardley lands big and closes the show, but boxing isn't a lottery, it's strategy. Parker's not the same man who once got. He's colder, smarter, and far more disciplined now. Chisora's confidence in Wardley adds spice to the rivalry, but it also fuels Parker's motivation, because if numbers are right, Parker plans to change the equation with one perfect punch of his own.
The why, he's got to be unrelentless, he's got to be relentless, he's got to go on and on and on and on, he can't.
Andy Burst sums up exactly what separates contenders from champions: relentlessness. And if there's one man built for that grind, it's Joseph Parker. He's not flashy, not loud, but when the bell rings, his engine doesn't stop. Round after round, Parker pressures, adjusts, and punishes. Wardley, on the other hand, is a momentum fighter. Dangerous early, but untested when dragged into deep waters. Andy's words feel like advice, and more like prophecy. To beat Wardley, Parker doesn't need luck. He needs discipline and persistence. And that's the one thing Fabio's never been forced to face. A fighter who simply refuses to slow down.
He's got at least 6-7 set combinations. He can fight. So he needs to control this beast. If he doesn't control it, don't be surprised if you get an upset Saturday night. Don't be surprised.
Do you think Parker has the power or the speed and combination?
Dave Coldwell's take is pure honesty. In boxing, words are fair game, but the moment you touch a man's face, the gloves are off in more ways than one. Fabio Wardley crossed that line, and Parker's reaction wasn't emotion, it was instinct. Respect is everything in this sport, and when it's lost, things turn real fast. Coldwell's seen hundreds of pressers, but even he admits this one hit different. The energy changed, the atmosphere cracked, and from that second, everyone knew this wasn't just a fight anymore, it was personal. Parker's slap wasn't just retaliation, it was a message. Don't ever mistake silence for weakness.
I'm not surprised.
Does that cross the line, do you think?
Yeah, it does. Listen, the presser was good. It was a great presser, back and forth, poking each other, but not too far. But once you get physical and you touch a man's face, then
Johnny Nelson sounds more frustrated than surprised. Chaos, confusion, and rumors flying around faster than punches. It's classic pre-fight madness, the kind that distracts the unfocused and hardens the composed. Wardley's camp looks rattled, scrambling to control the narrative, while Parker's staying silent, and that silence speaks volumes. Nelson compares it to the Conor Benn situation, and he's not wrong. It's that same uncertainty, the same unease creeping through the media and fans alike. Something's off in the Wardley camp, and insiders are whispering that even Fabio's confidence has started to dip. Meanwhile, Parker just keeps training, eyes locked, waiting for fight night.
It don't matter what drugs you take. It doesn't make you a better fighter. It might make you stronger, might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter, and that's proof. So until more news comes out.
Frank Warren's frustration here is crystal clear. This situation spiraled way beyond boxing. Legal noise, board politics, and backroom drama nearly pulled the plug on what fans are calling the most anticipated British showdown of the year. It's madness, pure and simple. Warren's seen it all in this sport, yet even he sounds baffled at how deep this has gone. Behind all the chaos, though, one truth stands tall. Joseph Parker isn't the problem, he's the professional, the man keeping this event alive with his discipline and composure. Fabio Wardley's antics may grab headlines, but Parker's silence and focus are what make him dangerous. In boxing, chaos breaks pretenders, but it forges champions.
Let the penny drop that the fight could never go forward. And some of the stuff that's come out since about people being, the board being sued and something, and so forth, is just a non-runner. It's crazy.
And now, as the dust settles and the countdown begins, everything leads to this Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley, a fight no longer driven by belts or rankings, but by pride, respect, and redemption. The pressers, the insults, the chaos, they've only added fuel to a fire that's ready to erupt under the bright lights. Parker enters as the calm storm, composed yet dangerous, ready to prove experience still beats arrogance. Wardley steps in with youth, confidence, and something to prove, but the question remains, can he handle the heat when the talking stops? Every punch will carry months of tension, every round will rewrite reputations. This isn't just another fight, it's a statement. Stay tuned, because when these two collide, the boxing world won't forget it. Subscribe now for the full breakdown, reactions, and exclusive ringside analysis.